Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shamanic Learning. My name is Eleni,
And I'm Tina.
and we are coming to you guys sharing all about our new class that is coming up in the middle of May called Nurturing the Dream World. This is a shamanic dreaming class, and Tina and I are lovers of the dream world, lovers of the dream realm, and we're also shamanic practitioners. So we are going to kind of just share some of our thoughts and theories and methodologies with you guys today, and maybe answer any questions that you might have about this course. So, without further ado, Miss Tina,
Mhm.
who would you sense or say that this course could be for?
I would say this course is for anybody who is curious about dream work or even shamanic work for that matter, because it is certainly a shamanic class. Um, and, anyone who tracks or wants to track dreams or is interested in connecting more with their dreams and widening their relationship with dreams, I that's my thought. What about you? Any other? Am I missing
Yeah,
anyone?
anybody. I would say anybody on the spectrum of an avid dreamer, somebody who dreams frequently, to somebody who experiences dream drought, which is that they have trouble having dream recall. This course can be fine tuning and enhancing your dream skills, regardless of where you fall on that spectrum. And we do work with dreams through the shamanic lens, meaning that we teach in the course how to go back into the dreamscape, so like the plot or the storyline, and get more information and get healing and get whatever. So the idea of dream tracking might sound new to some people, but just like somebody would track, like how people track footprints or track, what they're hunting, I guess. Um, that's what we're doing is we're tracking what's going on. And yeah, tell us about your dream tracking experience, Tina. How long have you been dream tracking?
Ooh. The current journal that I have, I want to say is about 7 years old, something like that. Probably since I've been doing the shamanic work, I've been really good about keeping a dream journal. Um, and keeping a dream journal for me is anything from I don't remember my dream from last night, or more importantly, I don't remember dreaming last night, to a couple of words to a full-on story that I remember to a few emotions. So it really, it varies from day to day. But what I love about keeping a dream journal is the ability to go back and see if there's a trend, saying, wow, I've been dreaming about birds, just a specific bird for the last couple weeks, and going back and seeing the common thread and going, oh, okay, maybe that's what's going on. So for me, dream tracking is you know another way to work with what's going on in my sleeping psyche. So
Hmm.
which is an odd place for me much of the time.
I think for many of us, it's an
Yeah.
odd, cryptic place.
But I'm
Yes.
probably different than a lot in that I am meticulous about every single day writing something in that dream journal. And again, that's helped me a lot.
Yes, you've been really disciplined and an inspiration for me.
Thank you.
I I've been an avid dreamer since I was little. However, there's been this push-pull relationship of me feeling almost scared to keep track, or maybe not scared, but just it's a lot of responsibility, that feeling of like having to hold all that and give it a place for it to process or to have a container. But it has been actually really healing to release that once you put it down on a piece of paper and get
Hmm.
it into its own little space so it's not like whirling around here trying to get attention. And that's been very healing for me. I still wake up sometimes and ask myself, was that dream like that important? Should I really write that down? And the answer is yes, you know. Um, I'm noticing because I'm here at home in my parents' house is that my dreams have shifted a little bit. So now I'm dreaming of people that I used to interact with here, places that I used to work here. Like last night I had a dream about a place that I was working at, and so that too influences the our
Yeah,
dreamscapes, right? Is like where you are and who you're around. And that can come up as well in your storylines.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
So,
I'm an avid reader. So for me, it's often what
mhm.
I'm reading or what I'm watching on TV, and it kind of gives you a different, I'm going to say lens, right? Because, when you're watching a sci-fi, your dreams may come in as sort of science fiction-y, e- just because that's the way that you're interpreting things in your world at the
Yeah.
moment. So,
Yeah, that's kind of the filter you're processing
filter is
through.
looking, yeah,
Yeah. I think, touching on the aspect of shamanism, because I think for us it's easy to be like, oh, shamanic this, shamanic that, but
right,
people are like, what the heck is
right. What
that?
is that?
And I would love to touch on that because I think when you put like all these kind of abstract concepts together, like dreaming, dream tracking, shamanism, it's just a little bit out there for some people to understand. And so the aspect of shamanism and why we combine them is because, shamanic practitioners, they work in the different realms, meaning they work in the different worlds. And so we have our tactile physical realm, which a lot of people obviously we're very aware of because this is where we are, right? This is the realm you experience your senses with and you interact with other people in. But the other worlds, depending on what type of map or cosmology that you work with, have different scenes, different landscapes, different beings that work there. And what shamanic practitioners can do is travel to these realms so that they say that there's shamanic practitioners have one foot in the waking world and ordinary reality and one foot in the non-ordinary reality.
Correct.
And they're kind of doing both, right? They're balancing both, they're working with both. And you really want that too. You don't want to be all the way over here and you don't want to be, you want to have like the balance. And that's what shamanism does. And different practitioners do different things, but specifically for me and Tina, because we've had the same training and we teach the same training, is that we are shamanic healing practitioners. We work with clients like one-on-one. We work in the auric field. And I mean, this could be a whole 10 podcasts unto
Right.
themselves. But and I don't know if that makes any more sense for people, but I just wanted to do a little blip. Do you have anything more to share about that as far as like shamanism goes?
Um, no, I think you said it really well. I just want to point out that, like, in our class, the shamanic aspect, other than, of course, the things that we teach, is going to be
Hmm.
the shamanic journey, which
Right.
is a key function in shamanism, at least in the tradition that we were taught, where, we're gonna, it allows us to go back into a dream in our waking world, by
Mhm.
going into non-ordinary reality. And I know those words just like probably freaked a whole bunch of people out. But yeah, so we're going to take what Eleni just said, and we're going to teach how to actually be awake and go into a meditative state to actually get back into that dream for more information, more guidance, even to change what happens, or to see it from a different perspective. There's a lot of options there. Um, So when we say we're teaching this, shamanic dream class, that's what we're focusing on, is that shamanic journey into the dreamscape.
Yes. Yes, and I would say that for almost all shamanic practitioners, we work with helping spirits. And what that means, I mean, most people know what like a spirit guide is. So, practitioners have their main helping spirits. They have certain guides that work on behalf of certain things. And so, what we're teaching in this course is actually to help to have that container where you guys go and get, and connect with your dream guide that's going to help you go back into the place of the dream that has the most energy, where all of those questions are, and you want to know more. Or maybe it's a dream where you need some healing around, it's a wound that's coming up, or something from your childhood that's kind of replaying over and over in your dreams, and you want to get some healing, and your guide will actually be the one helping to facilitate the safety and the navigation of all that, and that will be like your trusted ally for this work basically. And to riff off what Tina was saying, dreaming, the idea of dreaming, we really think we pair it with the sleeping, right? It's like we only dream when we sleep, but in a shamanic lens, we're also daydreaming. We're also, if you even have a meditation practice where you practice visualizing, or you're just daydreaming in the car, you're just like driving and then you end up where you know what I mean? You're just daydreaming. That's also dreaming, right?
Mhm.
And so, yeah, what Tina was saying is we use the shamanic journey technique to kind of dream back into the dream. And then you can dream a different uh, layout of the dream, or a different like ending to it. You can talk to the characters if that's safe. So there's so much that you can do with this. And I know it sounds a little fantastical, but it's so cool. It's an imaginative technology is what it is. It's a technology.
Yeah, and
So,
we did this yesterday, so I'm gonna share a little bit about me.
hmm, yeah,
Eleni and I worked together yesterday, and she did a session on me because I did a shamanic journey, and it was I needed more information, and we actually journeyed together into my previous journey, which would have been a dream-like situation. Um, to get more information. I was able to see it from a different vantage point. I was actually able to watch what happened and actually saw that there was a guide there that I hadn't seen initially, and actually did some healing work in that space. So when I woke, when I had my journey originally and I came out going, weird, like, what was that? I was able to go back in and get more information and actually receive healing from that during a healing session. So if
yeah.
that's helpful in kind of seeing how that is would work in the practical.
Yeah, and I think it's helpful because sometimes when you're in a container of people who have the same intentions or are holding that space, we can sometimes it can be like easier to get that information, or it can come clearer to you because the container is held, right? So we're
Absolutely.
not just out here on our own trying to just like deal with all of this psychic information and downloads by ourselves. And
Right.
I think that feeds well into, what the benefits are about taking this course, and tidbits on how you can connect to our work otherwise outside of the course if you're interested, but you kind of need a little more information or want to connect with us before committing or anything like that. I would say so. Tina and I, we just started our shamanic learning YouTube channel maybe 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Maybe.
It's very new, and we would love if you would subscribe, and if you resonate with our work, and but also we have other videos on there of some of the other workshops that we've done, and kind of just like sharing the work that we've done. And then we have workshops that we've taught that are pre-recorded, or they are recorded, excuse me, they're not pre-recorded. And those are still available for sale, even though, they're not live anymore. And you can find those in the link below. So we'll post those in the link below. And how else can you reach us? I mean, just on our socials, which is in the
And
links
our
below,
websites. Yeah.
websites, yeah, and all that. And yeah, what would you say like are the benefits of being in a dream class like this, Tina?
I mean, I think the biggest thing, in addition to obviously insight, excuse me, insight into your dreams, but is being with like-minded people who are interested in talking about this stuff, like, who
Hmm.
care about your dreams as much as you do, and who find them as fascinating or as weird or as whatever, that community is really important. Um, and you'll at least I find when I'm in this kind of group that most likely there are people who are interested in other things that I'm interested in.
Hmm.
And I've got lifelong friends from communities like this one. So that's the big thing, in addition to the possibility of getting healing work around the dreams and all of, the practical hands-on work that we're doing. This is a hands-on class. This is not a
Hmm.
us talking to you and that's it class. This is us teaching a thing and then us, having you do it. So there's
Yeah.
practical, experiential work going on in this 4 weeks. And, you know, to me, that's why we do it.
Yeah. It's fun, in my
It
opinion.
is
It's
fun.
it's
It is
fun.
fun.
It's fun to play and be like connected more deeply to the other realms, and I know that's just something I love. I know you love it too, Tina, but
Me too.
it's fun to feel that container where, yeah, like you said, other people enjoy this too. Other people take it seriously. It's not like so out there, for them, because that's when I think we can really play and really like get the, yeah, like the healing or the information that we want when, we take it seriously, but at the same time, it's fun and it's playful.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And it's
anything else,
still,
Tina?
and I want to say it's still light, right? Like
It
your
is.
dream,
It is.
dreams can come off as being scary or, especially when it's something you're really working on. And talking through it with a group like this lightens that load a little bit. Um,
Hmm.
and it without giving too much of our class away, um, this particular course, the way, we kind of structure it is that you're getting input from other people about your dream from their perspective without ever being presented with an interpretation. So it's on you to interpret however you want, but your classmates are going to be offering insight based on their own personal experience and their own personal thoughts that may help you process differently. I don't know if
Hmm.
that came
And
across
you
the
can,
way it was in my
yeah, it
head.
makes sense. And if you choose to, integrate or that or
Right.
not, it's, and you
Yes.
can even say, I don't want to hear anybody's like thoughts on how they perceive or whatever. I just
Yeah.
want to share and be witnessed. You can say that too, you know.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, I think this course is, yeah, it's experiential. It's a learn you we will be teaching you stuff, practical
Yes.
things. We will have like some space for discussions and questions, but we are going to touch on like the teensiest bit of like the scientific parts of your sleep cycle, but also, you know, tips and tricks on sleep hygiene, sleep routine, which is all very personal, right? And then we're going to discuss the different psychic abilities that people may experience. They're receiving psychic information in the dream realms or even just in your sleep environment. So there's lots of good little nuggets in here of the teaching aspects of it as well. And yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
Yay!
This is just fun work that we do, and I
Yes,
there's nothing I love more than just sharing it with everybody. Like,
me too.
it's fun.
So check our information out in the links in the bios. This particular course is starting May 12th. It's 4 weeks and it's every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's a 90-minute class for 4 weeks. And they will be recorded, just not the breakout room. So if you can't make it to one of the evenings, totally fine. So any questions, let us know. You can shoot me or Tina an email. Those will also be in accessible to you. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.